Welcome to the CIO Water Cooler TV. My name's David Savage and today I'm joined by Chris Bradbury. How are you?
Not bad, Dave. How are you?
Yes, good, thank you, good. Chris, we've known each other for a few years and whilst you've been in a few different roles, what role are you in at the moment?
So I'm working within private equity at the moment. So I'm working with a business in central London, looking at how we bring together lots of different capabilities within the organisation and create a bit of a super agency, really.
Right. I know you can't say too much about that, so we'll steer away from that.
Skip over it loosely and move on to something else? Yeah, sure. I will be able to in the next few months, but as of right now, not at much.
Fair enough, I'll tap you up then. But in terms of the roles that you have held, you've gone through a number of change and transformation projects based around digital for some really large organisations. Seems to be that we've been talking about change and transformation within technology now, especially with regards to digital, for quite some time. I kind of thought that maybe we would have got past that need for transformation, which suggests that it's not always going as planned.
Yeah, I think even more so, we're now going through second tier transformations in organisations. So yeah, you and I have known each other for a long time. The last role that I did in anger was at read.co.uk, and I think you and I spoke on the podcast about that. Reed is a business that's actually gone through a second tier digital transformation. So it went through a point where Reed as a recruitment business went digital, and then it was gone through a transformation where that digital business has been disrupted by other new incumbents and new people within that market and had to go through another phase transformation within their business. Is transformation ever really going to end? Well, technology doesn't stop.
No,
right?
of course.
It doesn't. It never stops. And that means that the way in which you need to think, the behaviours and capabilities that you need within an organisation are continually evolving and changing. So we sort of end up with this organisation of people, this group of technologists, this cohort of people who are just constantly in a state of flux and change. And it's sort of, change has become a norm for lots of people, especially like myself, within the business.
What does change actually look like within a business? You know, you've got someone driving through this big project, but in terms of the capabilities and also, I suppose, the behaviours of people within that organisation, what do they need to be able to do that successfully?
So I've stopped calling myself a digital transformation person. In fact, I hate the phrase now.
Right.
I've started referring to myself as a capability builder, going into organisations that are deficient in a certain area of capability and helping them grow that specific thing out. So, you know, people are constantly changing and moving on.
Just to jump in, do they often know what that thing they're missing is? I would imagine not.
Sometimes they have a really clear view of what they're trying to achieve.
Right.
More often than not, no, they feel the pain that not having that thing causes, rather than understanding what it is they're trying to achieve. And again, during my time at Reed, the reason why I came there was because the leadership team was very specific about the pain of non-delivery and the pain of not being able to move at the speed of the market. And they didn't know how to solve it, and they didn't know what they were missing, they didn't know what was wrong. So often I spend my time coming into organisations and going, actually, here's where the issues are, here's where the loose threads are, let's pull on them and build the capability.
Do leadership teams like to own the failures or the failings of that process? Or is it something that maybe they, rightly or wrongly, want to kind of delegate down and get a little bit distant from, I suppose?
So it's really funny, isn't it? When we're software developers, we're absolutely fine during things like retrospectives and agile talking about failure and talking about where we've not done particularly well, and then we learn from them. When you have this great cycle of learning on a day-to-day basis, as soon as we become managers, more senior members, or God forbid we become executives, you end up with this thing where actually talking about failure is bad, right? Talking about things we did wrong is exposing and makes you very vulnerable and unhappy, and that's not healthy for anybody.
And the whole culture of technology is built around the ability to deliver.
Absolutely. And it does. The whole culture of technology is built around the ability to deliver, and we give sort of lip service to we're going to learn and we're technologists and we're going to fail fast. And 9 times out of 10, people just say the word, right? Then saying the word is really easy, living the culture is really hard. Right? It takes an awful lot of courage to stand up with an organisation and go, I got that wrong. And here's what we learned from it, and we mustn't do that again. Because it it makes you incredibly vulnerable. It makes you appear to have something wrong, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So, do executives want to own the failures as well as owning the successes? Absolutely not. And it's a culture that we need to change.
So, look, last quick point. If you can try and do this in 20 seconds. Well, you could probably make quite a lot of money if you could, but I know there's no silver bullet. But if you could turn around to an organisation and go, this is the one thing that might help you along that journey, what would you suggest it be?
You do need to create that culture of accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that culture of openness and that sort of anti-blame culture. If you can do that, then you have a real fighting chance to be able to learn as you go, not continually repeat the same mistakes, which is something that plagues many organisations, and get yourself on a trajectory out towards capability. Just do that.
Yeah. Look, thank you very much for joining us on the channel. If you've enjoyed today's CIO Watercooler TV, do head over to ciowatercooler.co.uk, where there is loads more content to get your teeth into.